Today we will be talking about the power of praying, and not just the power of praying, but the hidden message behind praying. And this topic is kinda different to understand because the word praying is so well known, but the meaning of praying is almost forgotten. So we will be talking about that today. So what is that hidden meaning behind the word praying? And the most interesting thing here is that everything is connected with human emotions. And what Asian people know is that the best way to hide things from people is to hide them in plain sight. And what it means to hide something in plain sight, it actually means to hide something in the place where we can't find it in the physical world, but it still exists. And this plain sight is actually in our mind. But how to put something into human mind and not know that it is there? How we can hide something in human mind but not know that it is there? That's where symbols were invented. Because symbol can remember you of a certain power. And the word praying is like a symbol for the language to communicate with the universe. And because we are, as human beings, we are emotional beings, energy in motion. And praying is actually a language to communicate with the universe. As emotional beings to communicate with the universe, because emotions are so powerful that I don't think we are even aware of that. Scientists are researching the power of emotion, and the true power from emotions actually are coming from our heart. And you know what's interesting? That the power of our heart and our brain are creating electromagnetic field, and the strength of this electromagnetic field of our heart is 50,000 times more stronger than the field of our brain. And that means that emotions are that much stronger than our thoughts. And as Asian people knew that if we can use this power of emotion to communicate with the universe, we need to learn to use it. And that's why they invented a praying. Praying was invented to communicate with the universe. And as Braden is talking about that, actually Jesus was teaching this, and Braden is also talking about that. When you put these two things together, which is thought and human emotion, when you combine the thought and human emotion together, that is the praying. And when you combine these two things together, that means that you become what you are praying for. You become what you are praying for. You are not praying for something, you become it. And that's where the most misunderstanding coming. At that point, everything becomes not understandable, because the biggest question here is why so many people are praying for something, but they they are getting just the opposite of it. It's just because they are separating the thought and the emotion. And that's, for example, we are praying, for example, for the world peace. But because we are feeling like there is no peace, there is just the opposite of the peace, because we are feeling that but thinking about peace, we are creating more of the opposite of what we are praying for. So how we can make praying effective? Just like I said, to combine thought with emotion. So if you are praying for world peace, for example, at that point you need to feel world peace in your heart. You need to feel peace in your heart, and that works with everything. So for example, you can start with small things, like if you want to pray for a better job, for a better relationship, for a better place to live at, or even smaller things, to meet someone in your day which will say something beautiful to you, or to meet more smiling people. Praying in that way means to see as it is already existing in your life, to become one, not separate your thoughts, thinking about something but feeling it differently. When you will be thinking the same as you will be feeling, when you will be thinking about how you want your life to be, for example, if you can visualize your perfect life, and you can also feel as you are already living this perfect life, then your praying will be working. And that's what law of attraction is teaching. That's what all the teachers of manifestations are talking about. That's what Dr. Joe Dispenza is talking about. That's what Gregg Braden is talking about, Bruce Lipton, and all the great teachers about the universe, the law of attraction, all different laws of the universe are actually talking about one and the same thing. Jesus was talking about it. Buddha was talking about it. And that is the hidden message behind the word praying. So don't be confused if you are praying for something and this something didn't happen in your life. Combine your thought with your emotion. And the biggest question here could be how to combine it. And the answer to this question, how to combine your thought and emotion, the answer to this is to visualize this thought as it is already existing in your life. That is the answer, and that's how it can be done. So just understand that when you will be feeling your thoughts, when you will be feeling that vision of your future, then you will be ready to make it happen. Then it will be reflected in your reality. The universe will reflect your feelings. The universe will reflect your emotions. And that is the true power behind our emotions. As I said, we are emotional beings. Energy in motion. That means that energy is always moving. And every time this energy is moving, it is sending the signals out. And that's why this is so important, what kind of signals we are sending out. And here it comes into the game, because our thoughts will start changing those signals. Our thoughts will start to designing new signals, what kind of signals we will be sending out That is the praying. The praying is actually designing and sending those signals out to the universe, and reflection of those signals is what we call reality. But because it sounds so complicated, in the past they designed different words that would explain that, and the meaning of that words was secretly hidden in the plain sight, which is in the human mind. But only those who can understand it, only those can find it. That's why the great teachers were always talking stories. They were always sharing stories with the meaning inside it. Then comes science, and science can explain those stories, what they really mean. And now it's on us if we want to understand it or we want to just ignore it. But those who understand it, they can control their destiny. They can, they can make something beautiful in our life. And we all have this power. So it's on us how we will gonna use it. Peace, beautiful people. Actually beautiful creators, because you are powerful.